worked for this season to come back and hopefully make the national team. Then I got to know that I made the All-Star team, and that was really cool. And I called my coach right away and asked him, like, what do you think about this? And he said, you know, if you won't get called in and you go home, you miss the All-Star game, it's going to be a great experience for you. So you know what, just go play this game. It's going to be an experience for life, and then we'll see what happens when you go back. And what I really like about the American basketball is the atmosphere around it. I'm going to miss that because I feel like you play for something, you want to represent your town in a good way, you know, so that's, I'm going to miss that for sure. We went to the sub-district final where we played BDS, and that was a really emotional game. It was a tough game to play in. And it was also the last game we played in the States, so that was really emotional for me. It was really sad afterwards because we didn't play to our potential, I think. So when I got to play in the All-Star game, that was an honor because there are so many great players for different teams around in Nebraska. So for me, being able to play one last time in the States to represent my country and to represent Friend, that's just a great honor. My name is Rasmus Lindestad. I'm a foreign exchange student.
Perfectly said there in the intro. Third annual Striv All-Star Classic here in New York at York High School. Just finished up the skills challenge and the three-point challenge that concluded the girls' game where the blue team won 66-58 over the orange team. In the three-point contest, Kenny Wright from the blue team of the boys won the boys contest and the overall contest. In the girls, Alexis Raymakers from the orange won with 16. Kenny Wright won with 17. The overall three-point contest between Kenny Wright and Raymakers actually went into a tie break because they both made 14. And they decided that it would be the first one to make a 4-point shot. Kenny made the 4-point shot and Raymakers almost answered, but couldn't do so.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, at this time, while we continue our warm-ups, we'd like to recognize our 2016-17 Striv U Award winners. Our Striv schools submitted their nominations in May and were voted on by a panel of Striv team members. Best overall play-by-play went to Will Morris from Millard West. The best sports highlight went to Jeff Ekstrom from Kearney. We have some members of our best news show here from Johnson Brock High School. I'd like to recognize you. Also, best news anchors were Trey Stutheit, who's playing for the orange team, and Josh Anderson from Johnson Brock. Our best feature story went to Corey Hadfield and Emily Seaton from Millard West. The best news story to Tess Ray and Natalie Rojo from Millard West. And our best sports story to Will Morris from Millard West as well. Also, best video edit to Emily Eastman from Johnson Brock, and best graphic design for a broadcast to Elmwood Murdoch, and social media graphic design went to Kearney High School. If you'd like to see any of our student work, you can check those out in the Commons area underneath the TV, just directly behind the basketball hoop out in the Commons area. Thank you. Also, we would like to recognize this evening our first ever Striv Scholarship winners. We had 2 recipients that received a $250 scholarship for post-secondary education. Our winners this year were Will Morris from Millard West. Will attend journalism school at the University of Missouri. Will cannot be with us tonight. Our other winner from Elmwood Murdoch High School is Shaylee Hayek. We'd like to recognize Shaylee at this time at center court. Shaylee will attend Nebraska Wesleyan University next fall, and she will be a double major in business administration and music. Shaylee, congratulations, and thank you for your student work at Striv at Elmwood Murdoch High School.
Those were your Striv U winners this year from the Striv schools. The warm-up clock has stopped, I believe. We're about to get starting lineups in a minute. When we do that, we'll go back to the crowd mic and listen to Tony Chapman give us the starting lineups and also where they will attend college, their major, and possibly what sports they will be doing in college. And that'll be each player from each school. The orange team tonight is going to be coached by Jeff Barrage from Winnebago, while the blue team is going to be coached by Cam Scholl. The blue team is going to be the guests on the scoreboard in the gym, but on the scoreboard on your screen, you see it as orange and blue, so it shouldn't get too confusing. Getting ready to get down to the lineups, so we'll go to the crowd mic and we'll listen to Tony Chapman give us the lineups.
All right, basketball fans, welcome again to York High School. It's time for our boys All-Star game. Our blue team tonight is coached by Cam Scholl from Centennial High School, and the orange team is coached by Jeff Barrage from Winnebago High School. And now, let's meet first the blue team. From Milford, number 10, Jaden Polinsky. Number 12 is from Cozad, Blaine Emerson. From Friend High School, we're calling him Agent Zero. Sorry, Rasmus, your number didn't get on your jersey. Rasmus Lindstad from Friend High School. Number 23 from Syracuse High School is Monty Roberts. From Sutton High School, number 24, Devin Wagner. From York High School, number 25, John Irwin. From Fillmore Central High School, number 29, Adam Horty. From Cross County High School, number 30, Kenny Wright. From Elmwood Murdoch High School, number 35, Brady Dreamer. From Twin River, number 41, Preston Connolly. And from Centennial High School, number 43, Preston Stewart. And also from Centennial, number 45, Justin Heine. Your blue All-Stars. And here are your orange All-Stars, again coached by Jeff Barrage from Winnebago. Number 1 from St. Edward, Jonah Misek. Number 2 from Shelby Rising City, Nate Gross-Nicholas. Number 3 from Winnebago, Drake Gorin. From Alma High School, number 4, Chase Connor. From Grand Island Northwest, number 12, Tanner Learman. From St. Paul High School, number 21, Miles Griffith. From Malcolm, number 22, Dylan McKee. From Johnson Brock High School, number 23, Trey Stutheit. From Fillmore Central, number 24, Garrett Whitley. From Elmwood Murdoch, number 31, Cole Eggert. Your programs are wrong. Cole is number 31. And from Falls City, number 35, Kyle Lefty. Those are your orange All-Stars. Gentlemen, let's play basketball.
Right there, you heard it first from Tony Chapman, our public address announcer for the basketball games this evening. 4 10-minute quarters, just a reminder, each player will get 6 personal fouls. As Eric explained earlier, had a guy had fouled. Well, he initially fouled out of a game a few years ago.
Also, if you're here for
And
the
they
girls game too,
kind of came through and said, you know, you can't foul out in an all-star game. So they extended it to 6 personal fouls.
These players were nominated by their high school coaches, and then our
Just in case you can't hear what Tony Chapman is saying through the public address, I'll kind of echo it. How these teams are chosen is they are nominated by all the Striv schools coaches, and after the 2 coaches are selected, the 2 coaches go down the list and they draft the players they want. So starting 5 for the blue team, looks like it's going to be Kyle Lefty, John Irwin, Blaine Emerson, Kenny Wright, as well as Adam Horty from Fillmore Central. For the orange team, it's going to be Drake Gorin, Miles Griffith. Excuse me, Miles Griffith is not out there. Dylan McKee, Kyle Lefty, Chase Connor, and putting up the shot right there was McKee. Blue team the other way. Horty, quick 3, won't get it to go. Kenny Wright, offensive rebound. Kicks back out, Horty. Down low, left hand, easy for Brady Dreamer. Gorin loses the handle. Kenny Wright dives. Good hustle. 3 for Kyle Lefty, no good. Still hustling. Body's on the floor now. Foul is called. First foul is going to be on Blaine Emerson.
Foul was on Blaine Emerson, his first team foul.
Connert's got it. Learman over to McKee. He'll shoot. No good. Letting it go out of bounds. Blue team ball. Blue team up 2-zip early. A little bit different start than the girls' game. Had a quick score early. Girls' game, they didn't score for the first 2 minutes of the game. Kenny Wright turns 3. No good. Connert the other way for the orange team. Up the floor, McKee. Down low to Lefty. Trying to go up. Good pass. Connert, 3. No good. Rebound for Emerson. He goes the other way. Emerson will be going to play basketball at Central Community College in Columbus. Kyle Lefty picks up a foul for the orange team.
Lefty. First team foul.
Inbounding is Emerson for the blue team. Kicks out to Kenny Wright, who's standing at the 4-point shot. Emerson, 3. No good. Rebound, Horty. Horty to his left, jump stops into the lane. Goes up, he is fouled. They're going to get Learman for the foul, his first. During the girls' game, I couldn't give you past experiences really because I haven't got the chance to watch a lot of the girls play, but I'll be able to give you past experiences here on the boys' game. I've been able to watch a lot of these guys, whether it's public address sub-districts or play-by-play for York and a lot of Class B schools. As Horty right there goes 2 for 2 at the line. 4-0 now, blue team. Adam Horty was first team SNC conference now for the second year in a row, 16 points per game. Drake Gorin drives, kicks, Learman, 3, no good. Kenny Wright the other way for the blue team. His pass stole by Chase Connert. Gorin drives, lefty, down low, got it. First points for the orange team.
Kyle Lefty.
Blaine Emerson going to his left, kicks, Kenny Wright, drives back to Emerson at the short corner, got it. Might get some color commentary in from Eric Allgood. Looks like he's decided to join us.
I'm sorry, are we working today?
Maybe
Okay.
a little bit.
All right, just checking.
I'll give you the important stuff back if you want to read some of that.
Oh, sure.
Whenever you get the chance.
Who's playing?
Our All-Stars.
All-Stars.
All-Stars,
Gotcha.
that's who's playing.
Well, hey, I can say something about one of the gentlemen just checking in here for the Orange Squad. Jonah Mietzig from St. Edward did a football game with him last fall. They played Riverside, and at the time they had scored, I think even at the end of the season, scored the most points against the Chargers that anybody had all year. But Jonah averaged just shy of 20 points a game this year for the Beavers. So great athlete, great kid, as all of these guys are. I tell you, we got a lot of really good basketball players that are even better people. So excited to be around these guys here this afternoon.
Yeah, it's been fun just being here and being able to watch these guys perform at the level that they perform at. The girls as well. That was fun to watch. The three-point challenge was fun to watch. Skills challenge.
How about that skills challenge?
Oh, blue team
cool?
went down and then they came back.
Well, I'm thinking that the orange team hitting the rim on that half-court shot like 3 times in a row. I'm like, oh, they're going to be right there. And someone's going to swish this thing home, and then Emily Jones knocks it in.
Lefty there for 2.
Lefty.
He's got 4 of the 6 for the orange team.
Kyle, a 3-year starter for Fall City, averaged 14.5 points and had 7 rebounds a game this year. You know, another thing that's interesting is some of these guys maybe have a little different skill set. That was a good take there by Dylan McKee of Malcolm. You know, some of these guys, different skill sets that they can show off in an all-star game as opposed to what you would normally see on their own high school teams. You know, you get, especially on the guys' side, I know we've got a few guys that kind of had to play post for their high school team, but maybe their skill set actually would leave them to a 3 or a 4 position. But now they had to play 5 because, you know, they were the tall kid on the team. So, you know, kind of show some different things today.
The guy who just scored, John Irwin, was a 5 for York all year because he's the biggest guy on the team. But he's really mobile. He's a wing naturally, and he just showed it, spun into the lane and got a floater.
Yep, there's Lefty again. You wouldn't normally think your center would be making the play full court and making his own press, but Kyle's off to a good start.
10-8, orange team over the blue. Emerson loses it off of his foot. Lefty the other way. It's 1-on-2. Tried to put up something.
That was not good.
Looked like he tried to get a Euro step at the same time. He's got it now, and Emerson's going to go and contest, but fouls. So Lefty's going to shoot now.
And Blaine Emerson there for Cozad. He averaged just shy of 16 points, had 6 assists per game this year. For Coach Danielson out there at Cozad.
From York?
Yep, you bet, the York connection. Blaine had games of 27 against Ogallala and 25 against Gothenburg. So a guy that can definitely shoot it. And Coach Danielson, in his notes to us before the game, said that when it was a big game and it was go time, it was Blaine that was kind of carrying the load for the Haymakers this year. And now a fresh set of 5 out there.
The old Calipari platoon swap.
This is by design. If you are just tuning in for the guys and you missed the girls' game, this is something that as Striv, we asked the coaches to kind of get everyone about 5 minutes of playing time in the first quarter and then get the other 5 in and do the same in the second quarter. Second half, we kind of say, hey, you let you coach, let you put together the best guys you want to try to get to. And so we're getting to see some new guys. One of those guys that just shot it was Jaden Politsky of Milford. Jaden is, you know, I was thinking about some of these guys, and I'm originally from Geneva, so we were now what is now Fillmore Central, as Miles Griffith, a high jump champion, knocks down the 3. But so Geneva and Milford, you know, we've been in the same Southern Nebraska Conference forever, and to me, Jaden is the epitome of a Coach Tony Mueller player. There have been, since Coach Mueller has been at Milford, there have been kids coming through Milford that are really good when they're like freshmen, and it appears that they play at Milford for 8 years, and they graduate high school at 23 years old, and a really good basketball player, and you're just like, this kid has got to graduate at some point, right? Jaden is the epitome of that, I think.
The Perry Ellis of high school basketball.
You dang right. That's a good way to say it. Perry Ellis looked like he was 40 when he graduated.
Yeah,
high
he
school.
looked like he was
Jaden doesn't
40.
look like he's 40, but he's got that feeling.
Yeah.
Who are some of these other kids out here?
We got Garrett Whitley from Fillmore Central. You talked about from Geneva.
Griffith takes the 4-pointer, but cannot fire. Miles was a lot of fun earlier this spring. We did an athlete spotlight, actually kind of a double spotlight. Get that up. That was Devin Wagner from Sutton that got that in. Another SNC kid. Devin, really good golfer too, placed at the state tournament. Back to Miles real quick. So we did a double feature, an athlete spotlight with Miles and also Sarah Zarnick from Twin River that we did back there the early part of May. And so we got to know Miles a little bit there. And then, of course, at state track, he becomes a 2-time state champion in the high jump. And he's going to head off to Wichita State next year to participate in track and field. And we're lucky to have him participating with us here today.
And he tied for the All-State state championship with Mason Connor from York this year.
Yep. And of course, state track was miserable weather anyway.
Yeah.
I think just about all of those guys were a little disappointed where they were. I know Mason was one of those guys.
Yep.
But, another guy that out there right now has the ball, Trey Studheit from Johnson Brock. Trey, if you missed it at the beginning of this game as that jump shot goes down by Nate Gross-Nicholas. Okay, more about Nate in a second. But Trey was actually part of the Johnson Brock Striv broadcasting crew that won some Strive U awards. And in fact, Trey was one of for the second year in a row, awarded Best Anchor. Him and another kid, Josh, I think it was Anderson, from Johnson Brock, got Best News Anchors for the second year in a row. So he can handle the ball, he can drive, and he can host a news show too.
Host a news show. That's a good one to have.
And then more about, so Nate Gross, I've got all these stories. I'm going to get out in the first half here so I can go do other fun stuff. Nate Gross-Nicholas over here for the Orange Squad. He's wearing number 2. And where did he go? He's down here in the corner on the bottom right of your screen right now. Now he's on the wing. Nate from Shelby Rising City. This kid averaged 22 points a game this year, 12 rebounds, 2.5 assists, a 4-year starter for the Huskies. 5 games this year with 15 or more rebounds and 1 game with 20 rebounds. Kid's an athlete. You know what the kid is? Kid's a golfer. Going to go to Central Community College in Columbus for a couple years and play golf. He was a state qualifier and state medalist this year for the Huskies. And he shows up in typical golf fashion. Yep. Got these cool teal blue shorts, the Titleist golf hat. He looked like he just walked off the course, actually.
He might have Ryan Hill Country Club out there in Shelby, or in Osceola, excuse me. Miles Griffith puts up a floater. No good.
And getting that rebound, we got to mention it because I know his parents are up. I think if we figured it right, it should be like 3 or 4 in the morning in Norway. That's Rasmus Lindestad. He's an exchange student, played this year at Friend. If you saw the one last time video that we've had on Facebook, Rasmus is a really cool story. And if you missed the video and so you don't know the story, so let me take you back to the end of March. And the Friend coaches and all of the Strive coaches across the state have nominated their players. Rasmus had been nominated, and I got to admit, at the time, now we work with 70 schools. I don't know everybody individually, so at the time he was a name. I'd seen the name. The name didn't mean a lot to me. I hadn't seen him in person. So fast forward to the end of March, he gets drafted onto the Blue Squad by Coach Cam Scholl of Centennial. All right, the next day I send the email. Cole Eggert of Elmwood Murdoch makes that 3. So the next day I send the email to the Friend coach and I say Rasmus has been selected. Okay. I get an email either that night or maybe the next day from Rasmus. Incredibly polite, really well written, like way better than any other high school. I'm like, wait a minute, way better than any other high school kid. Like you can read it in the first 2 sentences. Okay, this kid has worded it very, very well. So in that email, he tells me I'm actually going back to Norway, hopefully to try out for the national team. I said, and so I emailed him right back. I said, Rasmus, that is awesome. Thanks so much for being in the States. We had you on Strive this year. Hopefully your folks got to see as we have a 3-pointer finally. Cole Eggert makes the 4-point shot, the first one here tonight. The Black X's, 4 points. Good job, Cole. Back to Rasmus. So I email him and I say, Rasmus, thanks for the time. Hey, safe travels, going home. Thinking at that point, that's the end of the story. But no, a couple of days later, I get a phone call from Rasmus. He has talked to his coach in Norway. The Norwegian national team coach has given him the okay, if Rasmus wants to stay in the States and play in this game. So literally, it's like a little bonus game for Rasmus Lindstad to be in the States, let alone play in this game. So we're very fortunate to have Rasmus. And when we got to shoot that video, we got to meet what a tremendous young man he is, and he's a pretty good basketball player too.
Oh yeah.
So I know that's a long story, but it was one that really needs to be told. Rasmus, he's got the ball right there in the corner. Unfortunately, we're going to call that a four-pointer. Four-pointer for
good for Jaden Politsky after 1 quarter.
Maybe. Tony says it's a 3. I thought it was 4.
Forge 23.
In any effect,
21.
David, I've said all I can right now. There's Rasmus. Let's take a commercial break. We'll come back with more from the Striv All-Star Classic.
Yeah, I get it. With the little things. Technology's great. It makes things easier. It's faster. We can get things done wherever we go. And we get all that from our bank. It works for us. But for the bigger things, the things that really count, I still want to talk to the people I know and trust. That's why I'm here.
And we're back here in the second quarter. Adam Horty starts it off for the blue team. Three-point shot misses, follows, can't get it to go. Other way is Lefty for the orange team. He's got 7, all the way to the hole, coast to coast, no good. Foul is called late. Picking up the foul there is going to be Kenny Wright.
Blue foul is on Kenny Wright.
Out of Cross County.
His first
personal.
2 shots.
So Lefty shooting 2 more. He's 1 for 2 at the charity stripe so far this evening. Sinks the first. And his second of the 2, no good. 1 of 2 again. Kenny Wright trying to size up his man. Preston Stewart out of Centennial has it poked away from behind. He grabs it, rips through. Irwin's doubled, goes through the double team, kicks off the hands of Horty. Drake Gorin the other way from Bago, up high off the glass. Played that well. Felt Horty coming up behind him.
Basket for Drake Gorin.
Irwin dishes the right drives, right back to Irwin. Shot fake, goes baseline. Can't get the lucky bounce, goes up, and contact. John Irwin gets 2 more.
John Irwin.
Right here, Drake Gorin again from Bago. Pulls up just inside the 3-point line. 2 points for Drake Gorin. His teammate, David Wingett, was drafted to play for the Orange team by Jeff Barrage, his head coach, this evening. But Mr. Wingett has already left for the academy, I'm under the understanding.
Yep, David had some prior commitments that he couldn't get out of, so we wish him the best. He will be heading off. He's playing this summer with the Chauncey Billups Elite team in Denver, so I know he's spending a good chunk of his time in Colorado. And then the Prep Academy he'll be attending in the fall is in Charlotte, North Carolina. So, yeah, best of luck to David. Dylan McKee can shoot threes. He can make 360 dunks, too, as seen on Twitter earlier today. And in the pregame on Periscope, if you saw that.
Irwin might have been a 4, just short. Orange team the other way. They're up by 8. Starting to find their rhythm. McKee again. Got it.
Oh, he knew it right away, too. Dylan, I'm going to go down there and tell Dylan to go to the other side and back up a little bit, and it's worth 4. How about a 12-0 start here in the first 2 minutes of this quarter?
That's pretty impressive. All the way, John Irwin with the left. Like we talked about earlier, he played 5 all year for his high school team.
That's 3 in a row.
McKee again.
My I'm going to
goodness.
guard that kid. I'm going to take the microphone and interview him in just a minute when he comes out.
That's a good plan because he is feeling it. Emerson loses it but hustles after it, picks it up. Over the top of his head to
That's a good
top
pass.
the key. Preston Stewart three, no good. Oh, off the head of Lefty. McKee is being guarded this time.
Yeah.
They got a guy on him. Whitley three, he'll try his luck, no good.
And Garrett is a guy, if you heard while we were doing the three-point contest, Garrett had the second most threes made in a season in Nebraska high school history this year. He made 112 for Fillmore Central. Coach Jim Rose and Jordan High. And we got to say a fond farewell to Mr. Jim Rose at Fillmore Central. He's retiring as of the end of the school year. He was principal for, well, when I was in high school, when my little brother was in high school, and acting principal, cancer survivor. He's earned some time off. So
yeah,
and of course, Coach Rose and the rest of the Fillmore Central coaching staff were part of our All-Star game last year here in York. So still a thank you to those guys for that from last year, and a big thank you to Coach Rose for everything that he's done over the years at Geneva and Fillmore Central.
I didn't quite pick up who knocks that three down.
Somebody in orange. That's a
Emerson.
four-pointer.
Oh my gosh, with the hand in his face. Oh my goodness. Oh. Single digits. Gorin, he's going to try his luck with the four-pointer again. No good.
That's only. I need to go tell these guys. It's only from the X. It's not on the other side.
Not on the other side.
It's only from the X.
Irwin pull-up three, no good. Rebound and a basket for Brady Dreamer.
Brady, part of the Elmwood Murdoch squad. Elmwood Murdoch, Winnebago, a little history from not this season, but last season. Elmwood Murdoch ended the 50-game winning streak of Winnebago. They had been the C1 champions the previous year. And then, nice pass from Horty to Irwin. But Winnebago had been the defending C1 champions. They were playing C2, and Elmwood Murdoch knocks them off in the semifinals. Gives Winnebago their only loss last year. So Drake on that team. And of course, Brady Dreamer on there as well.
Winnebago's tough. They have been. It's I feel like the guys on the orange squad should almost be privileged to be under the coaching of Jeff Barrage.
And I tell you, Coach Barrage was putting these guys through a few drills. To be honest, you don't see that a lot during the Adam Horty and Dylan McKee guarding each other. We're like, wait a minute, you're not supposed to stuff me on a dunk attempt.
This is the All-Star game. It's all about offense. Emerson gets rid of it. Horty three, response.
Why get two on a dunk when you can shoot it for three?
Adam Horty, three-point basket.
We're back within three, when a second ago it was 40-28. Orange team was up. And now it's 40-37. Whitley three, no good.
That would have been cool to have the Fillmore Central kids back-to-back.
Yeah.
Do a little substitution timeout, get the guys subbed in there. Good job on Coach Cam Scholl.
So far, we haven't seen any dunks, thanks to McKee stuffing Horty.
Right.
But it's been explosive. I mean, the girls' game score ended 66-58, and it's 40-37 here before the first half is over.
Monty Roberts of Syracuse banks that one home, and fun stuff. I tell you what, we were, last year's game was, I think it was 107-93, so we're on a good pace right now.
It's fun to watch some of the best at each level, in each class, go at it. Miles Griffith, he's going to pull up for three. No good. Heine rebound from Centennial.
Justin, part of a Centennial squad this year, of course, was Coach Cam Scholl, that qualified for state for the first time since 1984. So you're talking about almost a couple of generations that hadn't been to state. And Justin was a big part of that. Jackson Hirschfeld was just a sophomore this year. He was a big part of it. Preston Stewart is in this game, big part of it. So some good pieces, and Justin was definitely one of those cornerstones for the Broncos.
Yeah, like you said, Centennial had a pretty great season this year. Lannestad playing some pretty tight D. Gross Nicholas all the way. He's stripped by Roberts.
Roberts just takes it away.
All the way to the hole. I don't know if that was a pass, but we'll call it one.
You know, the way he's smiling, I'm going to say Monty kind of meant to do that.
Yeah. He knew Wagner was coming. So.
Orange foul is on Trey Studnight.
Devin Wagner playing for Coach John Ladoff down there in Sutton. Again, you know, I mentioned Politsky earlier, kind of the prototypical Milford Eagle. Yep. Devin Wagner, the prototypical Sutton Mustang, you might say as well. Perhaps that's just the SNC kid in me. I don't know. seen too many Milford and Sutton kids just like run rampant through the conference over the years.
Orange team's got it almost a steal the other way for Wagner, and that would have been a dunk for sure. Good rebound by Roberts. Went up and ripped it down. Here it is. The three-point basket on the pull-up. Got it. Jaden Politsky.
And, you know, Jaden is the guy actually watched, I believe it was Centennial, and, oh, that's a four-pointer.
Oh, bank is open.
Woo! Gross Nicholas banks it home. Wow. Nate gets the long, he holds out a wedge shot for an eagle. And now Politsky, and now we're pointing at each other. It's getting crazy down there.
Now the blue team's up. They're on a pretty solid run.
I tell you what, we're on really good pace.
Yeah.
If Tanner Hudson, formerly of Riverside, now of Nebraska Wesleyan, is watching us, Tanner, they're coming for your scoring records.
What's
on that orange?
I was going to ask that earlier.
107. The individual scoring record was also set last year. Nate Baugh of Wood River had 25.
25.
Yep.
Preston Connolly, big man, he can shoot it. He can shoot it.
By the way, the teams combined for 34 threes last year as well.
Oh, Miles Griffith goes up and over. Devin Wagner. Two guys with impressive four-pointer from Monty Roberts, no good. Politsky throws it off the body of Chase Connor. Connor made no attempt at it.
That's why Jaden Politsky is a typical Milford kid. Plays like that all the time. That if you're on the other team, you're like, jeez. And if he's on your team, you're like, attaboy, Jaden.
Oh, tried to lob it up and over. Oh, there it is again.
The smiles, though.
Yes.
That's what we like to see.
Tried to lob it over the backboard, and it hit the side. Wagner was going up for the oop. Deep three. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, that was just three. Yeah.
Holy cow. Just back and forth.
Are you getting all these? We're going to have to give it a count.
I'm trying. Bank's still open.
Bank's open.
Chase Connor of Alma knocking that down. Alma was a new Striv school just in the fall of last year. Great to have the Cardinals on.
Oh.
Griffith with the block on Wagner.
Oh, good hands by Politsky. Kick Politsky again. This will be 4 in a row.
This is getting nuts now. This is
4
just too
in
much
a
fun.
row for Politsky. The tides have turned. Learman looking to respond. No good. Let's see if Politsky will do it again.
Stop there for 4.
Oh,
man.
It looks good.
You got to try that shot in an all-star game.
Deep three. Griffith, no. Starting to see a few guys get winded now.
Well, all of a sudden, we're going up and down the floor pretty quick.
Yeah. This is what Dickie V would call NASCAR basketball here. Oh.
That was Eggert again. He's hit a 4-pointer already tonight. Nobody shot a layup in like 2 minutes.
The oop, no.
Well, that would've been cool.
Oh, yeah.
Wow. Well, that's fun. Let's tally up the threes after a quick commercial break. This is the Striv All-Star Classic on StrivSports.com.
Trucking industry gives you a lot of opportunity for careers because there's such a wide, vast list of possibilities and areas that you can go into. As technicians, these trucks are as advanced as cars are today, so we need technicians that can work on them and understand how to work a computer system and get them up and running so the customer can make money. These trucks are workhorses, but they're built for comfort and they're easy to drive. Freightliner builds these trucks for drivers' wants and customers' needs.
Yeah, I get it. For the little things. Technology's great. It makes things easier. It's faster. We can get things done wherever we go. And we get all that from our bank. It works for us. But for the bigger things, the things that really count, I still want to talk to the people I know and trust. That's why I'm here.
Nova Fitness Equipment of Omaha has provided the very best weight room, track and field, and sports surfacing products for over 30 years in Nebraska. They provide Cybex, Matrix Fitness, Vertimax, Tough Stuff, Pro Elite, Stairmaster, York Barbell, Troy Barbell, and UCS track and performance products. From rubber flooring, strength equipment, cardio products, and sports performance accessories, Nova Fitness Equipment has what you need to make your athletic program successful. Contact Nova Fitness Equipment today at their home office in Omaha or online at novafitnessequipment.com.
Hey, what's going on?
Just checking the fields. Yours are looking pretty good. Must be doing something right.
Actually, I got a guy.
You got a guy.
Well, it's not just any guy. I got a channel seedsman.
Channel, yeah?
Yeah, I've been working with him pretty close to get, well, you can see for yourself. This is what I'd recommend. Let's get to work. Now this is what you want to see.
Maybe I should get a guy.
Maybe you should get a channel seedsman.
Find your channel seedsman at channel.com.
York High School, where the blue team leads the orange team. After the first half, it's 56-49. Did a little bit of scoring tallying for each team, and combined, there have been 15 threes made in the contest so far. And the record, Eric, you said was what for combined threes?
Well, combined threes is 34, set last year. 22 for the orange team and another 12 for the blue team. So we're on a good pace. We need to have more streaks like we just saw there at the end of that second quarter.
That was fun to watch. And then we get down to the individual. Jaden Politsky, guy you talked about, Southern Nebraska Conference guy, he just ran away in that second quarter. Put up 3 threes in a row, and stringing from the first quarter, he had 4 in a row. 14 points in the first half. And also for the blue squad, you had Monty Roberts had 9. He showed up in the second quarter. Blaine Emerson had 7, as well as Adam Horty. John Irwin had 6. Devin Wagner and Brady Dreamer had 4. Preston Connolly had a 3. The big man from Twin River who can shoot it. And Justin Heine had 2. In the second quarter alone, the blue team sets a record for points in a quarter. They scored 35 points.